Happy Labor Day, everybody. I'm Mike Pence. I'm from Indiana, and I'm running for President of the United States of America. Thank you all for coming out. We couldn't be more grateful to you. You know, I'm running for president for one reason and one reason only. That is that I think this country's in a lot of trouble. I think Joe Biden has weakened America at home and abroad. You know, since I left the White House and moved home to Indiana, people have come up to me and asked me occasionally if I ever thought it'd be this bad. And frankly, I've known Joe Biden a long time. Let me tell you something, he's always been that wrong. But this is different. Men and women in New Hampshire, the Democratic Party has been overrun by the radical left. Whether it was that disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan that emboldened the enemies of freedom around the world, or whether it be the avalanche of spending that launched the worst inflation in 40 years, mortgage rates at a 22-year high, 2 out of 3 Americans living paycheck to paycheck, or their open border policies that created the worst border crisis in American history, their war on energy that's caused gasoline prices to still be up 60%, or whether it's the steady assault on our liberties and our most cherished values. Let me just say, I'm running for President of the United States because I believe every one of us that has the ability to bring about change in America has a responsibility to step forward and make sure that Joe Biden is never reelected as President of the United States of America. Now look, elections are about choices. And I believe we need new leadership in the White House, but I also believe we need new leadership in the Republican Party. This is a very serious time in the life of our nation. And I stand before you today and say with deep humility that I'm running because I truly believe I am the most qualified, the most proven, and the most tested conservative in this race. And it's going to be conservative principles that bring us back. Men and women of the live free or die state, let me leave you with this challenge. If there ever was a time that we needed the people in the first in the nation state to step up and shape leadership in this party that is grounded in our party's long-standing commitment to a strong national defense, to American leadership in the world, to limited government fiscal responsibility, to traditional values and the right to life, it's now. Now, I've been deeply inspired. I've been deeply inspired as I've traveled around New Hampshire, as I spent time in that first-in-the-nation caucus state out in the heartland, with the care with which every one of you takes your responsibility to shape our national leadership. Time and again, New Hampshire has been there to make sure that we had just the right leadership, and I know you'll do it again, because I have faith. You know, in all my years as your vice president, my years as governor, and my years as a congressional leader for 12 years, I must tell you that my opinion of the federal government went down every year. But my opinion of the American people went up. I mean, I have to tell you, and I know it's happening in Florida right now, having visited sites of hurricanes and wildfires and tornadoes and floods, and sometimes visited places that were set upon by evil human actions. You know, if you arrive at a place like Florida right now, the day after the wind starts to blow, in this country, the only thing you can't find in that neighborhood is a parking spot. Because in this country, when people see bad things happening in the next community, in the next state, they pile water and food and tools in the back of the pickup truck, in the back of the minivan, and they drive and find somebody they've never met before and will never see again, and help them rebuild their lives. I mean, I will tell you, I have faith that better days are coming. If we ground our party's leadership and our nation's leadership in our most timeless values, because I know the American people. I say with deep conviction, from everything I've seen, the American people are the most faith-filled, freedom-loving, hard-working, generous people the world has ever known. We just need government as good as our people again, and I intend to go get it for us. And finally, let me say I have that other kind of faith. You know, we're celebrating on Labor Day hard-working Americans who've created the most prosperous economy the world has ever known. And it's been done with the sweat of our brows through the generations. Generations like my grandfather that got off a boat onto Ellis Island in 1923 and went to Chicago, Illinois and drove a bus for 40 years. Hard work like my mom and dad who built a small business in a small town running gas stations. And the American people have delivered. But I truly do believe that the reason we've created the most prosperous nation on earth is because we haven't done it alone. I truly do believe now more than ever we ought to remember that this nation was founded on a notion that we believe that we don't get our rights from governments, from sovereigns, even from charters. We believe as Americans, from our very founding, that we're endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. And I truly do believe in these challenging times, time of frustration and disappointment and national angst, now more than ever, if we will but just renew our faith in one another and renew our faith in Him who has ever guided the destiny of this great experiment in freedom. Men and women of New Hampshire, on this Labor Day, I say with confidence, the best days for the greatest nation on earth are yet to come. I'm Mike Pence. I'm running for President of the United States, and I'd be honored to have your support and your prayers. God bless you all.